Welcome back to Seen It Before, where we're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan, and we're here with our final recap episode of the Mission Impossible franchise. Mission Impossible Fallout / Dead Reckoning, because we recorded it 2 years ago when it came out. So we're only going to recap that one, but we're mainly going to talk about Fallout. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. I really liked
Henry,
it.
I mean, it's got a real hook to it, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a punchline.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's kind of, got to reload for that.
I mean, say, you really hooked me on this podcast now.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we're... Let's get to it. Gubernatorial. All right. Why is it so funny?
Gubernatorial.
All right, so Mission Impossible Fallout. 2017? 18?
Because, let me tell you, this was the year of Movie Pass, if you remember that.
I do. I never used it, but I know a lot of people that did.
I was an early subscriber to it because of, what's his name? I think it was A to Z Movies, right? I don't know.
We'll go with it.
But yeah, so he's like, yo, you should get this like new subscription thing. It's called Movie Pass, where they get, this is how weird it was. They sent you a credit card. And they sent you a credit card, and then on their app, their deal was that you could watch any movie once. And I'm like, and you had to wait 24 hours to reload it. But this movie, everybody wanted to see at the time, so it literally crashed MoviePass's servers. And I remember like being like, I'm locked out. I can't get a fucking ticket. And I think this something went wrong with the app where like for me like I hit a time and that it locked me in. So like it was said that was the only time that I saw the movie. Oh. And so I didn't get to see the movie on Movie Pass.
Yeah.
So the whole site crashed, and basically after this whole thing went down, they introduced surcharging or surge pricing.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, that turned into a whole thing.
That is still in effect today. Surge pricing.
Yes. But quickly after that, I think they just went out of business because their business model didn't make any sense. It was like, I want to say it was like some really cheap. It was like $7 or $8 a month.
Yeah, no, that's not profitable.
Yeah, not at all.
All right. Mission Impossible Fallout. John Lark. We're not starting with that. So we're just going to start with, it's Benji, Ethan, and Luther on a mission I don't even remember where the fuck it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're in Paris, maybe. Yeah, because they're like underneath like a bridge. Kind of looks like catacombs or something.
They're making like an exchange under the bridge. CD
with government. Plutonium, right? That's what
it was like it was the 3 bombs. We'll just call them bombs. Let's just. And then
basically the deal goes bad. The bad guys get away with the money and the bombs. And Ethan's like, right, because he's like, there's a big theme. We're not going to sacrifice lives in this one, like a la Captain America.
Well, that's Ethan's Achilles heel, too. He'll do anything to save his friends.
Right. So they get away because I think they hold Luther at gunpoint, and then they leave.
Yes.
And then so Ethan's like, fuck, I failed. And then they get the guy who like wrote the manifesto or whatever. So they knock him out, and then he wakes up in a hotel or in a hospital bed. Room. Mm-hmm. And this is where like they actually got me when I first saw it. I'm like, oh shit, like they actually did it. Like this is really bad.
Drop the fourth wall. Drop everything after they get the information they need from the guy. Yeah. I mean, like, it's so cool.
Because he's like, they make him believe that they actually let off the bombs.
Hey, Wolf Blitzer.
They actually got Wolf Blitzer to be in the movie. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And but then they realized, like, we're the IMF. We're fucking badass, and we're gonna like, convince you, and now you lost, and now they know that their main target is this random arms dealer or contractor or whatever, John Lark.
We cut ahead to like an airport scene. We get Angela Bassett's character walking in with Henry Cavill's character, Walker, as he's known at this point in the movie. Yeah, so Walker is to go on this mission with Ethan to retrieve the rest of these bombs, plutonium bombs, whatever you want to call them.
Right. So then they get the deal. They get some info that the White Widow is in some place. She's in a nightclub.
Europe.
She's in a Europe nightclub somewhere. So the only way to do it. What?
Austria? No.
I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's not the Kremlin because they blew that up in Ghost Protocol.
It might be Paris. Anyway.
But yeah, so they have to skydive, and this is like one of the coolest scenes because obviously Tom Cruise did this for real, and he so like they have like this like rig on the cameraman. So the cameraman skydives with him, and like it's just so cool because he jumped like the cameraman jumps backwards, and like if you see the behind the scenes stuff on this, like he's got this camera on his head and he's like looking up at Tom, and Tom's like doing this shit. You know, he's actually skydiving, and the amount of control that you have to have with that kind of thing is like really interesting to do because you have to like the way that because he skydives, right? He's going pointed down at a high velocity, and then he's able to stop and time it with the cameraman to kind of like I don't know what you call it.
I'm sure they did some of these scenes like in a tube or something as well. Like
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I think there's some pickup shots in there that are definitely filmed in a tube.
Maybe,
but
well,
I don't think it's any of the major scenes.
I think the lightning bolt maybe because he gets fucking struck by lightning.
Yeah.
But this basically you get like they're a feel for their dynamic. Jean-Luc and Walker and Ethan's relationship because they're like he's just a dickhead. He pulls his fucking oxygen tube. I was like, stop talking, Ethan. We don't need a plan. And then
he gets immediately struck by lightning.
Yeah. Immediately struck.
Well, Ethan is trying to save his fucking life. He's like, okay.
And Ethan's such a cool dude. He doesn't even he doesn't even bring it up. They're in the nightclub. And he's like, hey, it's all cool, man. Like, we're good.
It's not cool, but it's cool.
They find this guy who they think is Jean-Luc.
I couldn't remember. Oh, yeah, in the bathroom scene.
And they're trying to make a mask of him because he's Jean-Luc.
Yes.
And so they're going to make a mask of him. Then they're going to pretend to be him when they meet Vanessa Kirby.
Yes. So the bathroom fight ensues. And
the best bathroom fight scene in the fucking world.
Very few of them, but yes. Name another one right now.
Well, there's one in Bourne.
Okay. Well, that's all I asked for.
James Bond, Casino Royale.
That's fair.
Where he drowns the guy.
It's a very quick scene, though. It's a very quick scene.
We have an awesome fight scene with this guy who knows kung fu, and then we have three different types of fighting styles. We have kung fu or some Asian martial arts. Then you have basically, I want to say like English boxing, like Henry Cavill kind of, the arm reload is just fucking awesome, dude. I cannot. Because did you see the Conan video?
Probably.
He's on Conan, and they're just watching the trailer, and Henry Cavill's there. It's like, did you grow a beard when you did that? Because the way that the lighting works out, he does the arm thing. He walks into like a shadow, and it looks like he grows a beard. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, that's a man right there.
And then Ethan is traditional spy, like hand-to-hand combat, more military
jiu-jitsu type stuff.
Yeah, so I like the cool kind of types of brawling that you have.
Yep.
And then there's like the fucking sink pipe. He's like trying to hold it back from stabbing him, and like just so cool. And then they throwing the fucking guy through the mirrors and the double-sided mirror.
Then
so
Ilsa just kills him. Ilsa just walks in.
Yeah, Ilsa just fuck you.
All right.
And then Ethan's like, Ilsa, the love of my life.
One of the loves of my life.
What are you doing here? Let's be honest. Ilsa was the best.
I mean, yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get there. Well, I've already bitched about it, but
yeah, I'm gonna bitch about it too. I mean, I kind of agree.
Now you get it.
She's a great character.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, we move on and get to Vanessa Kirby in this like throne room of the club or whatever you fuck you want to call it, a private room. That's like a bigger private room.
Yeah, like a VIP
and
thing.
So yeah, nobody knows what Jean-Luc looks like. So Ethan's just gonna walk in as himself.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Can't get a face scan of a dude with a bullet in his head. And plus, the thing was damaged because Henry Cavill hit him with it.
Right.
Ooh. Whoops. Anyway, so yeah, he has a conversation with her. They end up getting attached because there are other people there to kill her or try to kill her, I guess, / Jean-Luc, whatever. They escape. They get out of there.
Her brother's like in love with her.
It's weird.
You got a creepy brother there.
It's a weird thing going on there.
Yeah.
Then we get to what's the scene after that? Is that where they are in?
Well,
Is that the car chase scene?
well, now they
motorbike
so
scene?
like Vanessa's thing is like, okay, I'll help you as long as you release Solomon, the fuck, whatever his name.
Yeah, that dude.
The guy from the last
dude from
movie.
yeah,
Solomon. What's his name? It's Solomon Lane.
Solomon Lane. Yeah,
So now they have to like perform this whole
break him out.
Yeah.
From transport. Yeah,
and this scene is maybe the only one I can really criticize because they do this like kind of vision, like fake vision thing of what the plan is supposed to be, but it like I'm like Ethan would never, and then like it's just so clear that
and he doesn't. He just knocks it right off into the river,
yeah,
as Ethan would do.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, the vision thing is really weird. I liked it. It works, but it's like, did we need it?
Yeah, that's like the only thing where it's just like, I know you're trying to trick me like you tricked me in the beginning, but like you're showing me things that Ethan, I know for a fact, would never do. He would never kill innocents.
Yep.
So, I'm just like, it just kind of took me out of it.
Yeah.
And I hate those kind of dream sequences, you know?
Yeah. And I know. I know.
Well, actually, there's another, because in this where we meet Ethan again for where he gets his mission, there is another dream sequence, and again a little kind of a little cheesy, but it kind of sets up Michelle Monaghan coming back later on. So I don't know. I like Michelle Monaghan. So
Yes. But yeah, so we're gonna go through this whole car chase throughout Paris.
we keep saying Paris. I think it's Paris because
it's
they're in the
Paris.
Arc de Triomphe.
Yes, Paris. So Paris.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the name of that. Anyway,
It's they have a lot of fights like John Wick.
yeah, the
did
John Wick thing.
before.
That John Wick
Gets
did a
hit
real
in-
cool job with it.
He gets hit by like 5 cars.
Crazy shit. Anyway, yeah. So while the chase scene's going on, Solomon Lane is drowning underwater in this tanker.
What a fucking loser.
Yeah. So and then he gets
Bro,
pulled
you're a
out.
fucking straitjacket, fucking
Yeah,
loser.
yeah, right. He gets pulled out by Benji. Jesus. And so there's a plan all along for Benji and Luther to save him and whatever. I guess sure that's the plan. I guess.
I think it's like their thing where like, because in the next movie, they're all chilling on a speedboat, silently just kind of smiling at each other. Like that's their thing now, because they did the same thing here. Where they got Solomon, they're just like,
After Ethan gets knocked off his motorcycle and thrown for like 30 feet with no helmet on, I'm just like, bro. And he just gets up and hobbles in and just
it's like
disappears into the sewers somehow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we also missed the big scene where he's maybe forced to shoot a police officer.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was a good scene.
And then he's like, and then I think he just wings her or something, or like, I don't know. He shoots everybody else, and then like,
she gets shot by one of them.
I think something like that. And then he's just like, put the pressure on it, and then he's like, he's a good person, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get to the fight, the sewers.
And so then we see Alec Baldwin's character, the director, show up underground as well. It's like, Ethan, what the fuck, dude? Like, you went rogue again.
Why, dude?
Like, come on.
I mean, at this point, it's his fault because he should know. Ethan's gonna go rogue.
And this whole time, there's a whole plan to make Ethan out to be John Lark, like behind the scenes. Like the CIA director, Angela Bassett's character, is convinced Tom Cruise or Ethan is John Lark.
Right, because
that-
he's being, well, there's a scene, a big turn scene where we find out that Henry Cavill is John Lark.
Well, that's this next scene. Yeah. So,
because he like leaks information to her, like blatantly lies, like Ethan's behind this whole thing. And we're like, oh my God, Ethan, no.
yep. So they do a whole switcheroo with the mask. They do the whole mask thing they always do in every movie, where it's supposed to be.
Well, he's supposed to be talking to
Benji.
Solomon.
Yes, Benji. Well, yeah. Well,
He thinks he's talking to Solomon.
he thinks he's talking to Solomon, and Benji also got in a Benji got in a Solomon Lane suit. I almost said Simon Pegg suit. That would have been interesting. Benji gets in a Simon Pegg suit.
I wonder what that would look like.
Simon Pegg.
You're right. Yeah.
Anyway, so that happens, and yeah, they expose John Walker as John Lark. This all happens and ensues in a whole chase throughout Paris with Ethan just running and running and running. And the more he runs, the better the movie is, right?
I think some guy literally did like the more he runs, like distance wise, the more money the movie literally makes. Like, I think no, he doesn't, because he doesn't run that much in this movie. And this one I know is the highest grossing. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Does he run that much in 7? Because that one didn't get a lot. Because that was hit by COVID.
I don't know if he did a lot of running in 7. Did a lot of jumping off motorcycles off mountains.
Yes.
But yeah. So.
Well, you know the whole thing about this running scene, right?
Yeah.
Because he
broke
his
his ankle, I think, right? Yeah. Jumping off the building.
You can see it. You can see it.
They used the take. Yep.
Which they put for your art, you know.
They definitely put in like a second part of that where like there's the window scene and you see his feet climbing up. That was definitely like a pickup shot.
Yeah.
But like
he's like, ooh, oh boy.
Yeah, and then
he starts like limping.
He continues to try to run.
Yeah,
my man's crazy. So yeah, John Lark is well ahead of him somehow, like very far ahead of him. We also Alec Baldwin dies. We forgot to mention that. There's a shootout underground. Alec Baldwin's character dies,
which I don't understand. Just like get a good director, like. You know,
it's fine.
Like first it was Anthony Hopkins, now it's Lawrence Fishburne, then it was
Alec Baldwin.
I think it was Alec. No, who was in the fourth one?
I don't think they had one.
It was some random guy. Then you have Alec Baldwin and these two, and then you just get a guy that can like survive.
Maybe Tom Cruise is going to become that in the next one.
That would make sense. And then Haley Atwell would be the yeah, that's what they're setting up.
It's 100% what they're setting up. We're going to talk about that a little later though. John Lark escapes. Tom Cruise, jeez, I keep saying Tom Cruise. I cannot tell Ethan Hunt and Tom Cruise apart. They are the same person.
Mesh.
All right. Yeah. So now they finally have to go to Kashmir, where a third of the world's water supply is, I believe, is what they said. Well, not the water supply, but like. A third of the population lives in that area, and it's their fresh water supply. So it'll poison the water supply. They poison the water hole, literally. No, all right. It's Toy Story. There's a snake in my boot.
Oh, when I was a kid, I had like this Woody like doll, and I would constantly like say I had 5 little sayings. It was like, "Howdy, partner. My name's Woody. You're my favorite deputy. Yee-haw, cowboy. There's a snake in my boot." And then, before he can finish saying boot, I would slam him on the ground and it would reset.
Bro, you are an ass.
A destructive child.
So we get to Kashmir and we find out that, it's Ethan's wife, Michelle Monaghan, is there.
Oh my God.
With her husband.
Yeah. Oh no. Poor Ethan.
And they're.
I mean, it's his own fault.
Yeah.
He told her like, move on.
He told her, you don't need me. I'm gonna give you a new identity. Go somewhere else. Anyway. Yeah. So she's there. They end up.
Well, I love how she knows. It's like, oh, you're working. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're not working, are you? He's like, no, yeah, I'm working. I'm like, it's like we're gonna get bombed.
Yikes. Yeah, but they have to. Oh, yeah, that was a whole other thing with this. Is the bombs have to, the way they're going to defuse these bombs? They have to all be set already to defuse them. Mm-hmm. So they have to be in the countdown to defuse them, which is crazy. Yeah, and that ensued. I didn't finish this movie when I was rewatching it. I didn't finish the last like 30 minutes of it. So I missed.
Where everything happens.
Yeah. So I don't remember how exactly it happened. So you might have to guide me through that.
Well, basically, Luther helps. I don't even know her name.
All I know is we got hooked. That's all I remember. That's all I remember.
Yeah, Ethan has an epic fight on a helicopter and then on a hillside or a cliffside with Henry Cavill. It's really cool and awesome. He also did that stunt for real where he climbs up like the...
He got hooked for real?
No. He climbs up the cargo. And I thought it was really interesting how this is what they do with helicopters. Helicopters that carry cargo. They strap it to a really long string. I don't know why it's really long, but whatever.
Sure.
And they just have like this big ball of shit that they carry. I'm like, it makes sense logically. Like that's what you do. But like, It's just kind of weird. Like, why would you have a helicopter carrying shit? You know, other than people, evac, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he climbs up the rope thing, gets in the helicopter, beats the shit out of him. And then they have an epic helicopter fight, and Henry Cavill like takes a fucking M60 and just starts spraying the shit out of his helicopter, and they both crash and blah blah blah. While that's happening, Michelle Monaghan and Luther are trying to defuse the bomb, and they're like, "Oh, it's very intense." You know, it's like, I haven't even seen the Hurt Locker. And then in the cabin, Benji, of all people, is there to stop Solomon, gets this shit beat out of him like immediately. And then Ilsa's there. Or wait, no. Yeah, no, Ilsa's there. And then, yeah, I forgot where Ilsa shows up because...
She gets there somehow.
Yeah, and then so she's there, and then she almost dies. And then I think Benji ends up cutting himself loose or whatever, and then stabbing him, something like that. I just know that Benji's almost hanged, basically.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like
I do remember that.
Like so he like kicks the box out from underneath his legs, and he's like, and then Ilsa's having an epic fight with Solomon.
Yep.
And he's like, "Don't ever hit a lady."
Yeah.
Don't hit a lady. You're a woman.
Don't hit a lady.
Don't hit a lady.
All right. So that pretty much sums up this movie, I believe.
Well, I didn't say what Henry Cavill gets hooked.
We've said that multiple times.
Well, then, but Ethan, like, in this, like, the last minute, like, oh my God. And then you see, like, the sun, like, a big light over the cliffside, and you think that the bomb blew up, but it's really just the sunrise because Ethan saved the day. And he's got, like, the little, like, fail-safe thing in his mouth, and he spits it out. It's like, I saved the day. And then, like, literally, the end always reminds me of the Hobbit scene from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. You know how like Frodo wakes up in the hospital or in like the bed, he's like, Sam.
Yes, I remember.
Merry,
oh God,
Pippin. And then Legolas comes in and he's like, I love the shit out of this movie. I've seen it like 5 times.
All right, let's go through our rankings again. What we have so far. So for you put the first movie at the 5th spot. For the second movie, you put it dead last. For the third movie, you put 4th, right in the middle. For the 4th movie, you put it at 6th. For the 5th movie, you put it at 2nd.
The 4th movie at 6?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And you put the 6th movie at...
1, of course. This is the number 1.
So you have slot 3 and 7 left for the last 2. It's gonna be interesting to see how you do this.
Dead Reckoning is not 7. Like, it's not. I mean,
yeah.
And who knows? Like, I don't think Final Reckoning will be bad, but I'll probably end up putting that.
It's getting
7.
mixed reviews right now. I will say that.
But it is the ender of the franchise, or the ender. There's probably gonna be more, but it's gonna be like maybe like a ballerina situation that we're doing.
I hope it's not a balance situation. Anyway.
Which apparently John Wick 5 is in production.
Yes.
The fuck, guys?
Pre-production, but yes. Anyway, for me, I put the first movie at 3. For the second movie, I put it at 8, like you. For the third, I put it at 4th, like you. For the 4th, I put it at 6th, like you. We are almost matching.
Me, dude.
For the 5th, I put it at 5th, though.
Oh, okay.
And for this one, I'm going to copy you again, put it at number 1. I did not rewatch Dead Reckoning, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. I don't know. I don't know what I want to put where, honestly. This is very hard. But I really liked Ghost Protocol a lot. Even though I put that at 6th here for some fucking reason. Anyway, I don't think I have like a favorite one, but I'm going to stick with Fallout, I guess, for now.
I mean, you've already seen Dead Reckoning.
Yes. So let's recap Dead Reckoning a little bit.
Well, it's the 7th one, and it used to be called Dead Reckoning Part 1. And you can see our full thoughts on that on the actual full podcast, but we're just doing a recap. But I got one of the OG Blu-rays. I wonder if that's going to end up being, I know I already said this before, but I wonder if it's going to be like kind of like a historical, like kind of a cool little thing. Like, oh, look, I have the original Blu-ray where it says Part 1 on it. And
Tom Cruise is just going to come for you and just take it from you.
Yeah, he's going to use his Scientology buddies to rough me up a little bit.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen.
He's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
And you're just like, You're touching me. The first thing I remember, since I obviously didn't rewatch this, was the gas scene. The where Tom Cruise throws the gas and all the operatives or whatever.
Like a half hour into it.
That's the first thing I remember.
Well, that's when okay, so then there's the whole setup.
I know there's the Ilsa in the desert scene as well.
The opening scene is I don't know what the name of the submarine, but it's the submarine where the AI
is in it. Yep.
And it confuses the ship and it makes them shoot the torpedo at themselves.
Right.
And then they lose the
entity, I believe they call it.
The entity, yeah.
Yes.
And then they lose the first half of the key. And they don't ever recover it, from what I remember. So I thought the key that they're chasing after in the first movie is that key, but I guess they're chasing the other one that came from somewhere else.
Yeah. So that's going to be a big part, I think, in part 2. Well, sorry, the final reckoning. They have to find that other part of the key, which I'm pretty sure they will. I think we've seen it in the trailers, at least the key.
Yeah, I see him hold it.
Yeah,
hold the finished key in his hand. So
yeah, so it's going to come back. Yeah, let's just talk about the stuff that's probably going to come back. So for Dead Reckoning, also there's probably he's still be mourning Ilsa, if I have to guess.
He better be fucking mourning her. Oh my god, dude.
Dude, the way she died is just so fucking tragic, dude. They used the entity used Benji's voice to misdirect Ethan. That's wild. Oh god.
Yeah. I think that's gonna go down as the single worst decision in this later half of the franchise. Because Ilsa is a fan favorite character, and to just cheaply replace her with Haley Atwell is not the way to do that.
Nothing against Haley Atwell.
No, I like her character a lot, and I like her a lot too. But there's room for both of them. I don't know why they had to kill Ilsa.
Maybe because
kill Luther because he's not even around.
I mean, maybe because Rebecca Ferguson's just really busy too, and they don't want to tie her up.
Well, what she was saying was during the filming. I guess maybe she's in this one. Coming out, I don't really know.
Maybe a flashback. Or
I remember her saying something like, I filmed that in August 2020, and I filmed 2 seasons of Silo in between that, in between the filming and the release of Mission Impossible. So it's and I have some things to say about Silo season 2 specifically, but
we're not going to talk about that. Other things that are going to come back for Dead Reckoning or Final Reckoning. Jesus Christ, Final Reckoning.
That one guy, Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, he'll probably come back. I wonder if we're going to get more flashbacks from because I know they brought back whoever the fuck died in the first movie or before the first movie. I don't fucking know what they did with that.
John Voight.
No, they did a flashback scene in Dead Reckoning.
His first mission or whatever. Yeah, we've never seen anything.
I wonder if more is going to come up with that kind of stuff because they're literally doing the Spectre, the author of all your pain type stuff, and this is what they kind of seems like they're doing.
James, the author of all your pain.
It kind of seems like that's what they're going to be going for right now. At least the vibe of that. Bring back.
I hope that they can pull it off better than Spectre did. Because
it's not going to be hard.
Yeah, Spectre was pretty bad. I don't know how you fucked that up that badly.
I think it was mainly studio interference.
Had to be.
So I don't think
was that after Skyfall?
Yeah, and it was Sam Mendes too. So
yeah,
I don't think that would be.
I don't believe it. It had to be a bad script, studio interference, something.
Yeah, something was wrong. Anyway, what else? I guess we can just recap the ending of the movie. There's the train, the Orient Express. They're on, and we see the big stunt, which is Tom Cruise jumping off a mountain I love how they kind of cut away from that. And we're on this whole train with Vanessa Kirby talking to somebody else.
Well,
who is she talking to?
Is Kissinger? It's not Kissinger. It's not.
Yeah, it was the guy from the first movie.
Was it
Kissinger?
It's Kiss something.
Kittredge.
Kittredge. She's Haley Atwell undercover as Vanessa Kirby talking to Kittredge, trying to get the password because we find out that Kittredge is trying to buy the key for the entity for the U.S. government.
And we also found out it was made by the U.S. government. And the thing I was talking about with the motorcycle jump is how it cuts away from him and then randomly he just jumps through the window next time we see him. And it's so long in between. It's oh yeah, he jumped off a mountain.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. It was just so sudden. It hit. It was really cool. It was really well done.
Yeah.
Then
Well, Carrie Elwes is in there too. So
he is, yes.
I think he's the director of the CIA. So, Kit Ridge is trying to get it for the IMF, and
I don't know if he's CIA because Angela Bassett is still technically. She's going to be in this new one. So I don't know if.
Carrie Elwes was the director of something.
Okay.
Like the head of something.
I'm on it.
So it's interesting to see all of these different, even like factions inside of the U.S. government are fighting each other for this entity, and
Yeah.
on top of like Gabriel, who actually for some reason I want to know why he's picked to be the ghost of the entity. Like why is he like that avatar for the
I don't know. Yeah.
He's like, I'm safe. Why? You didn't invent it.
But it's protecting him. It's very weird, and I love
a good explanation for that.
Yeah, it's cool to play with the AI in this movie and see where they're gonna go with it. But yeah, so basically, the train derails and Ethan and Haley Atwell's character, I forget her name. Oh god, I have her. Hold on. Grace. They both are hanging for their lives. Yeah, they survive.
I like that whole
Cool.
the realism for like the train because it's like it's very slowly, like the momentum and inertia is just slowly slowing down, and the train cars are one by one are falling over it, and they have a decent amount of time, but like a limited amount of time to get to the train or to the land or whatever.
Yeah, and what's her face from Guardians? Pom Clemente.
Oh yeah, she was great.
She played Paris. She ends up switching sides, and now she's on the IMF side. I'm pretty sure by the end of this movie
because Gabriel betrayed her because the AI told him that she would.
Yep.
There's a high likelihood.
I love how it's still part 1 on IMDb.
That's interesting.
Unless they're bringing it back.
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
Because I want my Blu-ray to be kind of a cool little thing.
I want it for me.
Well, I'm kind of like mad that I'm in general I'm like upset about this new trend to like call things part 1 and part 2, but then don't make them part 1 and part 2. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like Infinity War was going to be 1 and 2. Now it's Infinity War and Endgame. Then this one. And then there's another one. I think they were going to do it with Secret Wars. There was going to be Secret Wars 1 and 2. And now they're doing Doomsday, which was originally Kang Dynasty. And then Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So like just pick,
Yeah, I know. Let's do a quick little what do we think's going to happen in the final reckoning? Hey, I'm going to ask you a question here. Is this the final one?
I don't think it's the final Mission Impossible. I think it's the final one with Tom Cruise being the main star. Kind of like a Tony Stark thing, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's going to be like a John Wick type thing.
I could see that. Passing of the torch in a way. Who's getting killed off?
We can't say Ilsa anymore.
Yeah.
What if she gets killed? What if she comes back? Because they're like, the fans were pretty mad that we killed her off in a bad way, and she comes back and they kill her again in this one.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. Who do you think is going to get killed off?
I think Luther is going to die because he's kind of been not in the franchise in the last, I want to say like 3 movies.
He was a big part of Fallout. He was in Fallout a lot, actually.
He was. Yeah.
So you're wrong already.
Okay. Well, in the last one, he's like, "Yo, Ethan, I'm a peace out." And then he's not in the last one. He's not in 5.
I think Benji's going to die. I think they're going to kill Benji.
That would make
the most sense. It would be the most heart-wrenching one too, because they did almost kill him dead in Fallout.
Yeah.
So I think this would be the time to kill off Benji if they're going to do it at all. I don't want it, but it would make sense.
You kill off the lovable guy.
You wouldn't. I don't think you'd kill off Luther. If you do, I mean, I could see it, but I don't think they're going to kill off Luther. What if Ethan becomes the head of the IMF? I think he's just going to retire or he's going to get killed. But I don't think they're going to kill him.
They're not going to kill Ethan Hunt.
They wouldn't do that. It wouldn't make unless it's just him that gets killed and he's the only one. But
I could see him being sacrificing himself for everybody.
And then doing the Batman.
And then he's the Sherlock
Dark Knight
Holmes
Rises. You see him across the table at the end. He's not really dead. He's a ghost. He's always a ghost. He went rogue for one final time.
Oh my god.
He went rogue on life.
Oh, God,
and it's just him and Michelle Monaghan just hanging out on a beach somewhere.
You know what?
Yeah. There are some new faces that are going to be in this movie as well. So we have Nick Offerman as a guy named Sidney. We have Hannah Waddingham as an unknown character. We have Katie O'Brien from Love Lies Bleeding and Andor.
Oh, is she like
Mandalorian.
the living muscle that I talk
Yeah,
about? Yeah, she's cool.
And Tremel Tillman.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I did see him.
Yep. With that, Dead Reckoning. We didn't rank Dead Reckoning. Where are you going to put that one? Part 1.
Well, I've seen it, so I'm gonna put it at 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Because I know it's that good of a movie. I don't know how good of a movie Final Reckoning is gonna be. I don't think it'll be like as bad as like the 7th rank, but like I gotta put it somewhere. So
let's see. I have the spots of 2 and 7. Oh boy.
Yeah, you're in the same.
You had 3 and 7. I had 2 and 7. So this is gonna be interesting.
I know you didn't really like this one either.
I didn't, but I don't know if I want to hedge my bets on Final Reckoning, but I'm going to. This is going at 7. So Dead Reckoning Part 1 goes at spot number 7. All right, we have 1 week until this movie comes out. Yeah. Wow.
I'm really excited about it.
I am very excited.
Is like my next anticipated for the year. I can't really think of anything else that I'm really excited for this year, except for
Bring Her Back. That's getting such good reviews right now. That's the next.
The Talk to Me guys.
Yeah. Their next one comes out May 30th. It comes
I'm
out,
into
dude.
that,
bro. It comes out so soon.
May 30th.
May 30th. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like it comes out soon.
Okay. It's like a lot of horror movies I'm really excited for this year.
Horror's back, baby.
Yeah, we're in like a new. I don't want to say new golden era, but maybe like a silver age.
We're in a nice age right now.
Yeah.
There's 2 shows I want to talk about right now, real quick. I know you've been a guest on a podcast recently for The Last of Us.
I have.
The Last of Us, to me, I'm not a fan of it this season.
It's not hitting.
It's not hitting at all.
The first episode, I'm like, okay, because it was, by the way, it's the MCU's Bleeding Edge. You can check it out on their channel. But I did a live stream with them, and the first episode, I'm like, this is pretty good. It's going somewhere. I'm like, cool.
There are good aspects to the season. I've only seen the first 2 or 3 episodes. I can't remember if I saw a third. No, I did. I saw the first 3 episodes. And we get more clickers, more zombies. Cool. Great. But I don't have the same attachment I did with the first season. It's just like the first game. I have such an attachment to that game. It's so good. It's my favorite. It's my favorite game of all time. The second one, the game did not hit the same, but it was still fun to play. But now that I'm not playing it, I'm just watching it. It's not there. I'm waiting to see if they're going to do the thing they do in the game at the end of the season. But
they better, because I know I know the whole second half of the game is you're playing as Abby.
Yes.
We haven't seen Abby
much
since episode 2. And I'm scared that they're going to make season 3 an entirely
I think that's the plan.
And I would be out.
I like Caitlin Dever as Abby. I really do.
Great. But I don't want to just have this is the shit they did with Walking Dead, where the full entire episode. Yep. Oh my god, just cut back and forth. I want to see everybody doing that's what Game of Thrones is so great, because it's 5 different stories. That's why Andor is really great right now, because you have 5 different.
God damn it!
They're doing the last arc.
Fuck.
Oh my fucking god, dude. The last arc.
I know. I've heard it's good. I've heard it. I know. I've heard.
It is hands down the best, most emotionally hard-hitting Star Wars that we've gotten since Disney bought it. Hands down, I will die on that hill.
This is also the time in the last season where it was the best arc as well. The third, 3/4 mark,
and they did better than that.
Yes. So
anyway, we're talking not about Mission Impossible.
Well, no, that's fine. I wanted to talk about 2 shows. One of them was The Last of Us, and one of them is The Bondsman. So it's on Prime. It's Kevin Bacon hunting demons. It's literally Supernatural, but on Prime, and it's more like dark comedy driven. And like it happens in the first 5 minutes of the show. He gets killed early on. His neck slit, and he gets brought back to life by this. He's basically a bounty hunter for the devil. It's very interesting, and it's just pretty cool. I don't know.
That's a cool concept.
And it's only like a 30-minute show, so it's really quick, and there's 8 episodes.
You know, a show that kind of reminds me of. Well, it's not really
Supernatural.
Well, yeah, it's probably closest to Supernatural.
Yeah.
But you remember a show called Outcast?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's got the kid from Almost Famous. That's why I watched it.
Yeah.
And it was like he is haunted by like he's kind of like a spiritual beacon or whatever. Like he attracts all these demons to him and stuff. I don't know too much more about it because I've only seen like 3 episodes.
That's fine.
But it was kind of like a bit of like an exorcism type show from a comic book. I think Charlie Kirkman wrote it. Because the Walking Dead guy.
Robert Kirkman.
Who's Charlie Kirkman?
You think Charlie Kaufman.
All right.
And that's very different.
Very different.
Anyway, shows. Let's put that to bed. So, yeah, we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @Seen It Beforecast. That's SCENE It Beforecast. And you can find me on Letterboxd with the handle DonutMan96. I almost said we're on X, which we don't post on X at all anymore.
I can't believe you're calling it X.
I know. I'm forced. Well, that's what I hear all day now. So
I'm forced to
call it X. I have a gun to my head. Anyway. Who are you?
I am Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Was. My letterbox and serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
The final reckoning is upon us 1 week from today or yesterday. I don't know what day we're going to post this on. Anyway, sometime this weekend, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday if we're really feeling or struggling. Anyway. Can't wait for this movie. 2 hours and 50 minutes of Mission Impossible. It's going to be wild. We'll see you next time.